Did you ever wonder why visitors from Google Shopping bounce so fast? Because they need something different, a little extra magic. And that's where Verbolia steps in. They help you tailor your pages to meet the expectations of those visitors. Brands like Walmart are already seeing results by optimizing their e-commerce startups. So let's dive into the world of VMAX.
Thank you. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Pierre-Olivier. I'm the founder and CEO at Verbolia. We'll be talking about Google Shopping, and more specifically optimizing Google Shopping campaigns. Starting with a fact. Did you know that on average, the bounce rates of Google Shopping campaigns is 77%. This is a number we found online. This is probably the only number that is a bit available. I don't know if it's true or not. It seems very high. Anyway, I think we all agree that bounce rates are always too high. You pay to Google to get visits, and in the end, most of them are not staying. And it's actually very normal to have these bounce rates that are quite high. It's normal because your product pages are not landing pages, or you probably have worked on your product pages to really optimize them for conversion, but not always for the exact user journey of visitors coming from Google Shopping. So let me show you two different scenarios. The classic scenario, where probably you have optimized your product pages for, is the one on the left. Typically, a visitor will go on a search engine, a social network, whatever. He will see your brand, he will click, and he will land on your homepage or on a landing page. That's a classic through SEO, through whatever channel. Now, he will be there. He will probably make a search on your website. He will click on a category, and he will land on a listing page. He will see several products. Then, if he's interested by a product, he will click and land on a product page. So at this point, the visitor has seen several products. He has already engaged with your brand, with your website. So if ever that's not the product he's looking for, well, he will click on back, and he will go back to the listing page. That's classic. Now, if we look at the visitor and the user journey of a visitor coming from Google Shopping, it's very different. The visitor will be first on Google. He will see an ad for your product. He will click, and he will land on your product page. But at this point, the visitor doesn't really have context. It's the first product he sees from your brand. Maybe he doesn't even know your brand. So he just lands there, and you have a one shot to convince that person. So if that's not the product he's looking for, then he will click on back or close the tab. And, don't know where I'm supposed to point. Basically, he will go back to Google. So you have paid to get that visitor, and then he's actually leaving. So this is the kind of problem we are trying to solve. So if we look at this A/B testing, you probably all know A/B testing. So it's this method. You put two versions of a page, and then you look which one performs better. You also probably know what a recommendation engine is. You all know the similar products people also bought, you might be interested in, this kind of thing. Now imagine that you can do much more granular A/B testing. You could do A/B testing per product, because A/B testing will be about checking one design compared to another, which one performs better. But why should you have the same design for your when you're selling a shoe, when you're selling socks, you're selling a printer cartridge? It doesn't really make sense to have the same design for all of your products. Why not try to optimize per product the experience? This is an A/B testing that is going one step further. Same for recommendations. What if you could improve recommendations, not only by displaying a few recommendations, but really providing a better experience, including filters for example. And now imagine putting all that together. And this is actually what we do. VMAX, our new product at Verbolia, is really about that. It's really about saying that every single product in your catalog deserves its own experience. We're done with having the same experience everywhere. We should have each product a specific layout, a specific recommendation algorithm, and also depending on the channel. If the user is coming from Google Shopping or from any other channel, why do you present the exact same experience? It should be different. So that's what we do with VMAX. Basically, you can create in VMAX, in our interface, you can create several different transformations, enlarge the picture, smaller picture, hide the description, button in blue, green, whatever, just like you do in A/B testing. You create these variants. You create also, so you can change any kind of design optimization, and you can also use VMAX to create in your transformation the injection of recommendations above the fold, below the fold, big, small, with filters, without filters. You can create all these variants, and you just give these variants to VMAX. And our tool will distribute all these variations on all your products and constantly measure the user engagement. So you will have really, each product will have different experience constantly. And of course, after a couple of weeks or days of learning, our tool will start giving more shares to the transformation, the design, the experience that performs better. Which means that after a while, you might end up with a website. When a visitor comes to see one first page, he will see a certain experience with really big pictures, but he clicks and visits other product pages, he will have a different experience. And all that is constantly monitored because we inject engagement tracking on each page, and based on that, we know what variant to display. So that's VMAX, that's our product, and with that, you can really lower the bounce rates in a very, very significant way. You can also, of course, increase conversion rates. And of course, the ROAS is drastically increased. So that's VMAX. That's what we propose. If you're interested, we have a booth over there, booth number 8 in this hall. And that's it. Thank you.